Vegan, cause compassion is action. Talk is cheap.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The goal of nutrition around exercise is going to be to maintain blood sugar, also avoid hunger, and very important to minimize or eliminate any stomach issues, GI upset, but also to obviously maximize performance and training.
Continue watching to find out more.
Ahoj means hello in Slovak, the official language of Slovakia. This is how the cordial people of Slovakia would greet you if you ever visited their land. Brilliant viewers, my name is Miroslav. The genuine people of Slovakia thank you for walking the way of love and compassion to light up the world. Welcome to our show. Professor Timaree Hagenburger, vegan, peaking with plant-based sports nutrition, part 1 of 3. Today, we are privileged to invite Professor Hagenburger to talk about plant-based sports nutrition. She is an American registered dietitian nutritionist with a master's degree in public health, a nutrition professor at Cosumnes River College in Sacramento, California, as well as a certified exercise physiologist through the American College of Sports Medicine. Besides giving talks on nutrition to help people achieve optimal health, she also teaches cooking. Professor Hagenburger published the cookbook, The Foodie Bar Way, to inspire people to prepare simple, delicious and nutritious vegan meals through marvelous methods. As testified by elite vegan athletes in different sports, a whole food plant-based diet offers abundant health benefits, boosts performance, and helps recovery. Plant-based sports nutrition is exactly what athletes need.
I don't know that there's any sports without plant-based athletes now. Everything from Olympic runners to strongman Patrick Baboumian. We have cyclists, we have MMA fighters, we have football teams, like soccer teams, we have American football teams, we have race car drivers, basketball players, but I think it's because many people make this decision to do the plant-based lifestyle for the environment, for the animals, for many reasons, but then they realize that performance is critical. The goal of nutrition around exercise is going to be to maintain blood sugar, also avoid hunger, and very important to minimize or eliminate any stomach issues, GI upset, but also to obviously maximize performance and training. And a lot of focus is often on the event and right around the event, but it's very important to think about the nutrition leading up, weeks even, and especially days before the event.
Endurance athletes, such as marathon runners and triathletes, have a longer recovery period than most, as the sustained, hard physical exertion affects the body in a number of ways. Professor Hagenburger explains how a plant-based diet fits into an athlete's nutritional program after a sports event.
Endurance events can actually put quite a bit of stress on the body and cause oxidative damage and oxidative stress and inflammation. So that can lead to normal muscle soreness and impaired performance, and actually can lead to myocardial heart muscle damage and even atherosclerosis, which is the plaques that line the blood vessels and the hardening and narrowing of those vessels. So a plant-based diet actually makes so much sense for an endurance athlete because it can help reduce the risk of all those cardiovascular complications. We can even see reversal of the atherosclerotic plaques in vessels, but we can also see less inflammation. The antioxidants can reduce the damage and the oxidative stress to the cells. So it's The plant-based diet is really important for endurance athletes, not only for performance, but also for safety and long-term. And many athletes don't think into the future, but we really want to build a body that will take us through our future life. So to deal with the injuries and illnesses and just emotional and mental traumas, we need to build the healthiest body possible. The way I think about it is exercise without a healthy diet makes for premature aging. So when someone goes and does these events, it's actually putting the stress on the body, but when they eat well, the body can repair.
A plant-based diet can help the body to recover, no matter what sport we participate in. An important tool is anti-inflammatory foods.
When we think about plant foods, there's more than 25,000 phytonutrients that have been discovered, yet we don't know a lot about all of them because there's just so many, but they're very rich in antioxidants. And we're gonna want to do the very dark colored, so everything from pomegranates to papayas and pumpkin and beets. There's just so many different plant-based foods that are shown to be anti-inflammatory. And with exercise, remember, that causes muscle damage and it can cause inflammation. So the more of the plant-based foods that we eat and the variety of them, the more we can protect not only our cells and the cell membranes, but also our blood vessels. And something else that's related is arthritis. A lot of people assume that arthritis is related to kind of the wear and tear, like the osteoarthritis, but we've actually seen that there is an inflammatory component. The Adventist Health Study, people who ate the meat even just once a week had a much higher, like in the 40% or more, risk of arthritis and soft tissue damage. So it's really key. It's not only that we're eating the anti-inflammatory foods, but it's also that we're avoiding the pro-inflammatory muscle protein that we get from animals, as well as the pro-inflammatory fats that are found a lot in animal food sources, as well as in processed oils.
Omega-3 fatty acids have anti-inflammatory properties and thus are important to aiding an athlete's post-competition recovery. Professor Hagenburger tells us more about these crucial nutrients that make a profound difference in cardiovascular health and healing.
Something that you may not be aware of is the omega-3 fatty acids versus the omega-6 fatty acids. So those fatty acids are essential, meaning we can't make them in our bodies. We need to rely on getting them from the diet. And what they do for us is they are the precursors or kind of like ingredients for making something called eicosanoids. And eicosanoids are hormone-like substances in our bodies that will make things happen. So they can affect blood pressure, they can affect inflammation, or the way our muscles respond to insulin, or how quickly the blood vessels will narrow, like we were speaking about with heart disease. And so the omega-3 eicosanoids that are made are very pro-health. They reduce inflammation. We see slower narrowing of the vessels. We see better heart rhythm, and so better insulin sensitivity. But what happens in our normal society now is people are eating a lot of the omega-6 fats, and those are pro-inflammatory. And you look hundreds of years ago, when people were really eating a lot of plant-based foods and not all these processed foods, they were eating maybe 3-to-1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, maybe even 2-to-1. But now many people are eating 50-to-1 omega-6 because omega-6 is found in corn oil and safflower oil and sunflower oil and cottonseed oil. A lot of those are found in processed food. And we also see omega-6 very high in poultry, so chicken and turkey and eggs and duck and all of those. So we don't want those in our body. We want to reduce the omega-6 and have adequate omega-3. And those can be found in flaxseed and chia and walnuts. And those are wonderful sources, hemp seeds, and those can provide what we need, especially in the absence of an overconsumption of the omega-6. And that can all address these issues of inflammation. And because remember, exercise causes inflammation and oxidative damage. We have seen an explosion of plant-based eating styles in all athletes, all across different sports, because in part that this low inflammation can allow for recovery. And when athletes can recover, they can train harder and get an advantage. So we're seeing every single area of sports finding success with plant-based athletes.
Many thanks to Professor Hagenburger for letting us know the importance of sports nutrition and how a plant-based diet helps athletes to stay in the best condition. Please join us again on Saturday, August 7th for Professor Timaree Hagenburger, vegan, Peaking with Plant-Based Sports Nutrition, Part 2 of 3, where topics such as dehydration and optimum caloric intake for athletes will be covered. For more information about Professor Hagenburger and her book, The Foodie Bar Way, please visit foodiebars.com and thenutritionprofessor.com. Energetic viewers, we are honored to have you with us today for our program. May the divine guide you on the righteous and enlightened path. Vegan, 'cause hell is real and terrifyingly painful.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/HL.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/HL.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/HL.
Naše programy nabízejí více jazyků. Prosím navštivte suprememastertv.com/schedule a suprememastertv.com/HL.